How do I look? Is my hair perfect? Do I look great?
Fix the flyovers on the right.
Right. Is it okay? Do I look all sad?
Perfect.
Oh my god, we can finally record today's video! Yay! You guessed it right. Today I want to talk to you about perfectionism, but not about my hair, but about perfectionism at work. Is it good or is it bad? Let's dive right in. I'm sure that most of you have come across that person that looks quote-unquote perfect. Someone who seems that they have it all figured out, that they are extremely good at their job and they seem like they're not making any mistakes. And possibly they're expecting the same of their teams or even people they cooperate with. Suddenly it sounds like a lot of pressure, doesn't it? How good do you perform under a constant pressure to be perfect all the time? Under a constant pressure of making sure if you miss anything, or God forbid there is this double space in your email. I know I don't perform well under these circumstances. Harry Breaker had said, striving for excellence motivates you, but striving for perfection is demoralizing. And more studies emerge about how perfectionism is linked to depression and even to suicide. And what is more alarming about that is that more and more people are, and especially young people, are falling into this perfectionism trap. I think you guessed it, I'm not a perfectionist, nor I see how in any way this is good for your mental health at all. So now let's look at and bring perfectionism in the work area. So how does this look in day-to-day? Perfectionists are very critical of themselves. They have these high crazy standards for themselves that they don't really communicate well to others as well. And if you ever work with a perfectionist, I am sure you already know that there is a no fun place to be. You know that you will never be good enough or be in their good books unless you are meeting their standards. And as I said, perfectionists do not really communicate those standards really well. Or let's say when they delegate, they might delegate a task, and when it comes back to them and is not quote-unquote perfect, what happens is you can hear them say, well, I could have done it better myself. They will never come back and think about the fact that they may not have explained it well enough for the person to deliver up to their standards, because obviously they are perfect, right? And what perfectionism people are actually doing is that they are making themselves irreplaceable. And imagine how far can you grow if you cannot be replaced? I'll let you guys figure that one out. Perfectionists have that strong drive to stand out, to be better than anyone else. So it's all about them. Goodbye teamwork, right? So the point is that perfectionism is not something to strive for or aspire to. It is all about setting high but achievable standards and working towards them and accepting that you may fail along the way. We are so scared to fail at work. We don't want to make any mistakes. And you know what? I get it. We grow out by being punished for our failures, but being recognized for our achievements. And it has to do a lot with our self-worth. So the stakes are really high. However, if you are not making mistakes, you are simply not learning. Period. We have to acknowledge the fact that mistakes are necessary for us to grow and learn and succeed along the way in our lives. Thomas Alva Edison had said, I did not fail, I only found 10,000 ways that won't work. So in order for us to succeed, we have to be okay with making mistakes, just not repeating the same mistake 100 times. And one final thought. 10,000 tries. Man, that sounds like a lot of work. Does that mean that Thomas Alva Edison was not a smart person? I beg to differ. So please stop thinking of yourself, if you are failing, if you think you're failing, if you're making mistakes, if you are not getting a certain concept as fast as you would wish to, that you are not smart. Stop thinking that if you were smart, things would be effortless. Look at all the successful people out there. They put a lot of effort in, and you know what? Because of that effort and hard work, they get better and better at what it is that they are trying to do. So strive to be the best version of yourself and accept that mistakes are necessary for your growth and success in life. I hope you found this perfectly imperfect video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'd love to hear if you have any comments, experience, thought on perfectionism, or experiences with your bosses or people around you, and please share them down in the comment box below. And as always, be kind, stay positive, and I'll see you next time.